worth of prizes we were given. It was a big.
There was a lot of that was a big push, man.
But because she had zero turnout,
yeah,
and she was like, "Yeah, I gotta leave. I got a job interview. I gotta go." She was probably embarrassed nobody showed up.
You'd have to be.
And then we quickly went on and said, "Hey, we put a post on social media. We're doing an impromptu show in like, I don't know, 5 minutes. If you guys want to show up." And literally the place filled up.
Yeah. That was fun.
Great.
That was a lot of fun.
That was great.
Yes.
Yeah, the good old days, Bri.
Yeah.
We'll get back to that point. So point is, if I win that $1 billion, we're doing that again.
Absolutely. Can't wait, John. You should go play. You should go get in line now.
Maybe I should do that. In line? You got to get in line to do that crap?
Yeah, of course.
For what?
Well, because you got to buy the ticket.
Oh, I didn't know that.
What do you mean for what? Like, how did you think you were going to get the ticket?
I didn't think you had to go in line.
Well,
I'm not waiting for nothing.
Well,
I don't wait for nobody.
People are out there waiting, John.
I don't wait for nobody.
Well, then you're not going to win $1 billion.
So the stream's back up. Do we know if it's working properly?
I don't know. I mean, put it back up. What else you want from me?
You just write "hey" again in the date?
Live again is what it says.
What happened to the hashtags? Remember we talked about that?
Yeah, I didn't know.
Oh,
what am I going to hashtag? What am I going to put? Hashtag?
I know, radio, live, broadcasting.
Oh, we should do that.
Renegade Radio.
Wow, that's actually a great idea.
Boston.
Oh.
Things like that. So maybe if people are scrolling and say, what can I listen to? And then they're like, oh, a radio station, Boston Renegade. Oh, let me check that out. See what I mean?
It's a great idea.
I know.
Well, I mean, you should have done it.
That's why I can't. You're the one with that control, the computer that controls.
Were you going to call it contraption?
I was going to call it a controller.
Well,
it was more of a computer.
Well, contraption sounded like my grandfather.
Yeah,
but a controller.
You got that contraption over there. No, it was a controller, but it's really the computer.
Yeah, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah, that computer is the one that
because I'm controlling everything.
Channel. The computer controls the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So I don't have the credentials to log in.
Weird.
If I did, I'd be changed out like a moon.
Well, let's hope the mics work now. Let us know if you can.
Yeah.
And then search us on YouTube at Renegade Radio Boston. Hey, very quickly.
What?
I was watching the news yesterday,
Sorry,
right?
I got angry.
Did you hear that the United States government, right, is offering up a gun runner from Russia that we caught, a gun dealer, right, to get the basketball player back?
Say that again.
We have caught a gun runner, a Russian gun runner that sold arms to kill people and killed thousands of people with their guns that he sold.
And we have him.
And we caught him. He's in jail.
And they have who?
The basketball player.
Right.
And the one who got caught with weed.
Right.
So
okay, that seems so far so good. Seems kind of fair.
John,
She's a woman though, right?
Well. Do Adam's apple matter? Do they still matter? I mean, is that a thing?
I'm just saying, you got to protect the ladies. Or is that not a thing anymore?
No. Well, no, actually, you shouldn't. If it's a woman, she should serve the time just like a man would.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I would think. Equality.
Yeah, well, that's true, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Well, it's kind of like I like how she's asking America for help and Joe Biden for help and saying, hey, where's all this help I'm supposed to get? When she was just telling everybody, F America.
Yeah.
And you don't have to stand for the anthem. F that racist ass country. And now it's, hey, where's my country to get me out of this?
Yeah.
And we're getting her out of it. We are going to give up an arms dealer.
Wow.
For somebody who got busted with weed.
That seems fair. Do you think the same thing would have happened if it was under Trump's administration?
No.
I think we would have got her back without any kind of trade like that. Because then we don't negotiate with people like this.
Well, you're not supposed to.
No, especially when it comes to, hey, you have an American. What?
Because
what are you doing?
They were saying that, the Biden administration now is offering up for Brittany Grenier and Paul Whelan. That there's another guy. Now, he got busted for what? Espionage?
Yeah, that's all. That's all.
This is so. What are we doing?
It's just terrible negotiation.
And by the way, the two Americans are innocent, but the Russian guy's guilty, according to this article.
Yeah,
from CNN.
Really? Well, I just don't get it. I don't get how we make these terrible deals consistently. Oh, Brian, there you go again with the stupid computer moving the camera. Look what you did. Look at the YouTube screen.
Whatever, John. Anyway, it's saying after months of internal debate, they're saying the Biden administration has offered to exchange.
Oh my God,
what?
Terrible! It's just terrible.
Victor Pote, convicted Russian arms trafficker, serving 25 years in a U.S. prison, as part of a potential deal to secure the release of two Americans held by Russia, Brittany Grenier and Paul Whelan, according to the people identified to the matter.
Oh my God.
Let's see, but it's from CNN, so.
I just don't understand.
They're saying the sources told CNN that the plan to trade for Whelan and Grenier received the backing of President Joe Biden after being under discussion since earlier this year. It's taken this idiot, 7 months to figure this one out?
Yeah.
Biden's support for the swap overrides opposition from the Department of Justice, which is generally against prisoner trades. So the
so the DOJ is saying,
so
what are you,
don't do
nuts?
this. Yeah,
don't
well,
do it.
And Biden saying, no, I got it.
Hey, I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, hey, look who I is.
I'm making a deal. Let me do it.
So they're saying, as of yesterday, the Kremlin said there is so far there is no agreement on this.
Huh.
Anthony Blinken announced Wednesday that the U.S. presented a substantial proposal to Moscow weeks ago for those two who are identified as wrongfully being in prison, John.
Wow, that's pretty impressive.
Not the 25 years to life guy, the Russian guy. He's an arms dealer.
Isn't that crazy that you're just gonna no problem that DOJ even is advising you not to do something like that, but you doddering fool, is just gonna say I know better.
Well,
and you're gonna just a guy who's an arms dealer who still, I don't know, may have ties.
I was about to say, I think when he gets out, he's probably has a gig.
Yeah, I would think so.
It's kind of like you did your time a little bit. Now you're out.
Well,
you
I would think now
more
you're
experience,
and now you're kind of a hero.
Of course you are.
Now you're like, all right, you've been on the inside. Tell us a scoop. What's the deal? Get the intel.
Well, they're saying, and this happened yesterday, speaking at a press conference, the State Department said Blinken said Biden was directly involved and signed off on the proposal. Although Blinken did not directly confirm what part of the deal, saying he can't and won't get into any details of what was proposed to the Russians over the course of so many weeks now. In the terms of the president, of course, he was not only directly involved, he signed off on any proposal that we made. And certainly when it comes to Americans who are being arbitrarily detained abroad, included in this specific case.
All right, so that's fine. No biggie. No biggie. That's only Anthony Blinken, right? Saying
yeah. So once again, these idiots, every deal they make is bad. Now you're going to release a guy who could potentially hook other terrorists up with arms.
Potentially.
Yeah. I'm trying to be nice here.
Yeah.
To get back a basketball player and one of our spies.
Yeah, I think there's probably a better way to do this.
Yeah, this is ridiculous.
That's not the deal.
And I don't care about this basketball player.
Why are these whacked out politicians insistent on making these horrific deals throughout the rest of the world? I mean, they never, ever make a good deal. The only time we ever made good deals as a country is when Trump was president. Because these are stupid. They're stupid negotiations.
Because these are more for show than substance.
100%. Yeah, because it's not really, the news isn't going to be that's we traded an arms dealer for her. The news is going to be like, oh, Joe Biden got her free from Russia.
Well, and yeah, they're going to say that. But do you remember when Donald Trump got the basketball players who were convicted of stealing in China? I believe it was released for nothing.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, and he got called every other name in a book for doing something like that. This doddering asshole is about to give up a very dangerous criminal that we caught and got out of the world where you live in and put him right back in. It's kind of like with Afghanistan. When they, all those prisons, like we didn't, people like to forget this. The prisoners that we had, we didn't move them somewhere else first.
Right.
It's not like we took our prisoners and we moved them to Guantanamo or something, said, okay, these people are so dangerous. We got them. And now let's get out of Afghanistan. We left them. And what happened was the people that, other terrorists that dig them opened the doors and said,
hey, doors open now. You want to run free?
Hey, want to run for president?
Oh my God.
Like it's amazing what they've done. And it's all because to them, it's all a photo op.
Mm-hmm.
It's all him standing next to that asshole, that American hating asshole. And people say, oh, you don't like her because of that. No, look, I don't like her because of that. I don't like, and their defense, by the way, is probably the weakest ever. John, first and foremost, she had a doctor's note.
Yeah, that's a good one.
She had a doctor's note. Not an American doctor.
Yeah.
Pardon me, not a Russian doctor, an American doctor. But yeah, she's allowed to buy pot in Massachusetts, so why couldn't she bring it to Russia? Is the argument.
The doctor's note's hilarious.
When they came out with that one.
Yeah, I understand getting her. I don't think she should be in a Russian prison. I just don't think
Well, but that's their laws. You break their laws. You pay.
100%.
It's like back in the olden days, there was a kid, I think he stole a poster or something.
Yeah.
And they wound up caning him.
Yeah, they did. That was in Singapore.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, they caned him like 21 times or something like that.
Yeah, and that stuff was like ripping skin off.
Yeah.
I mean, it was incredibly painful.
Right.
But the whole thing was, well, don't go to other countries and do stupid things.
See, I understand fighting and getting her back, but to negotiate and get her back.
Well, that was a graffiti kid, I think.
Yeah, the graffiti kid.
Yeah, that's like he like put graffiti on the wall or something, got caught,
and
that's why they caned him.
Yeah, it was 21 times. Remember?
Yeah, I remember it being horrible.
Oh, and everybody's like, well, I mean, whatever. He's the one caught in Singapore. He'll come back after the caning.
Oh well, so they say, look, she had a doctor's note, and here's the newest argument. Hey, do you know that the police in Russia didn't read her rights?
Oh, also, she's gonna get off on a technicality. That's an American rule, you dummy.
That's a lawyer that said that, by the way.
Really?
Didn't read her rights. I swear to you, my head almost exploded. And I'm saying, you mean in the communist country, Russia?
Yeah, her American rights.
Yeah, her
All
American
right.
rights and her American
have-
doctors aren't working for her.
Imagine that. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say.
And what's
Are you
funny,
kidding me?
and what's funny is she's so guilty,
Yeah.
right? That there's nothing anybody can say.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, she's just guilty. Is it arrogance? Yes, it was arrogance. This woman thought she could do whatever she wanted to do. They're not going to bust her for a little bit of weed.
Right.
She's a very important basketball player.
Oh, please.
You know, but you don't mean crap to people in other countries.
No.
That's that whole thing. That whole American attitude is weird because we believe that this attitude will play in other parts of the world,
Mhm.
and it doesn't.
I know. And
This
so-
attitude don't play, man. Like
how ignorant.
we're very weak.
Yeah.
We're weak as a people. This whole hey, everybody love everybody, whatever. Yeah, that's great. But there are other people out there that are hiding behind that tree. They want to slit your throat, stupid.
Can you imagine being on the other side of that, being in Russia and having them be like, hey, you know, this guy's complaining we're not using the American rules in this chick. I mean,
That's what
and
you're gonna tell the court.
yeah, like that's your fight. You're going over there with our rules and our laws and be like, hey, you know something? You weren't supposed to handcuff her like that. That's not protocol.
You know, was there another woman on the
Yeah.
scene to frisk her, or was
Yeah.
it a man? This is the
The
craziest.
Miranda rights were not proper.
It is amazing
really,
as
really
I'm
stupid.
watching this, and that's why I'm thinking. That's why she's smiling. She knows Biden's doing something.
Mhm.
Biden's going to trade away some nuclear secrets or something to get this basketball player released.
My God.
I mean, absolutely ridiculous that this man has any power. But we're in a lot of trouble. I mean, just because once again, what Camilla or now you have they're talking about Nancy Pelosi now threatening to go over there still,
Mhm.
and
yeah.
other politicians are saying they'll go with her.
Yeah. Well, all right. You're real tough. But you understand what this does, though. It's not just you guys going over and the safety of you guys in particular. This is national security and
Yes.
our safety.
Yeah, you're going to get us into a war if
Yeah,
you get
be-
killed.
because you're trying to play tough guy. Well, I don't want you to play tough guy with our lives.
Well, that's why if you heard the other day with Zelensky, right? Who I am so tired of this begging jerk
What?
off.
Oh, Brian, this guy's a showman.
This guy who, by the way, once again is never. I guess during a war you still do laundry.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
I
why
mean,
not?
like you're literally at the brink of a nuclear arms.
Brian, the chores aren't going to get done themselves.
I mean, but you're telling me that they're
Vacuum.
surrounded and they're sending missiles in and whatever. But this guy's got to like you go there.
Sometimes you got to clean the
Ben
China cabinet.
Stiller comes in and
Yeah.
talks about how he's a hero and wants to play him in a movie. And what is going on?
Yeah.
Nancy
Yeah.
Pelosi shows up. I mean, you can't get Lindsey Graham out of there.
If it doesn't get more apparent than what these idiots are doing, and it's all for the money grab, whether it's Zelensky, Pelosi, that actor you just mentioned, Ben Stiller, you know, you get a guy like him.
You too. Remember,
it's-
you two
oh,
went.
I mean, it's so obvious. I mean, it's not like he's getting, Steve and Jane from like Weymouth going down there and be like, "Hey, Zelensky, we're cheering for you." No, it's all these celebrities he's kind of hanging out with and all that crap, and it's all for money.
Yep.
You don't think that Ben Stiller is going to take advantage of that and do him in a movie like he says?
And, well,
Like,
they
that's
kind of
gonna-
look alike.
Yeah,
And they were dressed alike.
I
Ben Stiller
mean-
came in wearing a T-shirt.
it's the most ridiculous thing ever. So that movie's probably in the works. It's probably gonna come out like in a year from now. And it's just stupid. So another person reaping the benefits of the stupid war, and everybody's like, "Oh, poor Ukraine."
Well, you know,
F that.
somebody asked Zelensky the other day about, you know, hey, how long should America be putting up with this because of the inflation it's causing and the problems with the money? And he basically laughed and said, as long as it takes. What do you
Yeah.
mean, how long?
Wow.
F you and your inflation. Deal with it. You know what I mean?
Wow.
We need your billions and you're giving it to us.
Yeah. All right.
Wow.
All right.
Like,
So why do you have a stronghold on us?
and
what
a
do
little,
you
little
have?
entitled.
What do you have on Biden?
Well,
I just
apparently
wanna
it's,
know.
it's got to be a lot worse than even what we know that's
Has
out
to
there.
be, has
Like,
to
and there's
be.
a lot of bad stuff out there.
Yeah, because it's not just Biden.
Did
It's
you hear that?
Way deeper.
Oh, of course, it's all of them. But the Biden family, Biden yesterday, I guess it came out that they played a clip of him saying, "I've never ever talked business with my
Yeah.
sons and ever." And I guess there's over 20 some odd examples they just found from I guess one of those laptops or whatever.
Really?
Yeah, where he's meeting with Hunter's business people and very high up people.
Oh.
So and then you start seeing that there were
More
deposits
pictures, yeah.
allegedly made
Yeah,
during
yeah.
like during that time
Huh.
where and millions are being moved from one
Whatever.
to another to
Yeah,
another.
but now he's president, so that stuff will get the news will maybe come to light in a small little article, like in the back page, back right hand corner of every newspaper, whatever, a small little blurb, and then nothing will happen. Nothing will come of it because right now he's president. So those stories you can easily bury. It's,
And he
you know,
does.
We reported those stories. They were out there, of course.
It's as heinous as it is, or they'll just do that thing where they'll go back, when he's dead or something. They go, "Hey, we didn't know.
Yeah,
I guess you guys were right."
yeah,
But as far as what I saw, like they're going to try to get him a Hunter off for the lying on his gun permit
yeah.
application because that carries a 10-year penalty.
Whatever. He's
You know,
Hunter Biden.
but there is video, audio, and proof of him, a written proof of him, like doing coke at that time. Doing that thing where they threw his gun away. I know
Yeah.
they tried to blame his girlfriend or wife or something, but threw the gun away, and it happened to be near a school or something. Just ridiculous
Yeah.
things. And he's on coke at the time. If that were anyone else, if that were, and that's how, if you were a January 6th person, right? And I'm just saying that because I think most of those people are just dopes that got caught up into something.
Mhm.
But you'd be doing about 5 to 10 years for that too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hunter Biden ain't gonna get anything for it,
Nope.
but you'd be doing 5
No,
to
I mean
10.
that guy just got convicted. He's going away for five
Oh my God.
years
Unbelievable.
for his whatever wrongdoings he might have done. He's not even one of the bad ones. I mean,
Oh.
there's only a couple of those.
Yeah.
This guy just got 5 years, and you got Hunter Biden skating and something that should go to jail. And you and I would be minimum of 10.
And
It's just stupid.
that January
The
6th thing,
hypocrisy.
honestly, it makes me nauseous to see what they're doing to these people. And it is showing you. I mean, even when you don't want to acknowledge it, it is showing you there's something evil going on in our government, man. Like there's something that's not a republic. This is not a that democracy, which isn't real, but that people think we live in, even though it's a republic.
No way.
But it's and it's being taken over. And then if you go against it, you're being punished.
It's too late now. I think it's been in the works for quite a while.
And well, you know why? Because they're looking to the wrong people for help. Like when you start looking at like a Lindsey Graham,
Yeah.
and then you realize he's just a car salesman. That guy will say anything for anybody.
It's stupid. He's basically wearing a uniform.
Yeah,
You know,
you don't
and-
care who
no.
pays.
Or it's a costume to him, not even a uniform.
He's a guy that used to be on WMEX,
Mhm.
that used to be in the news, but then did radio.
Right. Right.
That guy
sucked at both.
did, but would say whatever you wanted him to if there was a paycheck involved.
Yeah. Yeah. Very strange. But you can see right through all that crap.
Yeah.
And it's just sad that those guys,
Can
because
we change that? I just realized
I told you about 10 minutes ago. I said, Brian,
you could have got up and changed
well,
it.
I said, Brian, you just hit the thing. You're like, yeah, whatever. Anyway, you got a point to say whatever, and you kept on yapping, and then there you go. Terrible. I don't know yet. So too much, Brian. The other way, a little bit. Jesus, this is just annoying. He's fixing the camera on YouTube, so if you're streaming, if you watch us, there you go. That's good, I think. Or Renegade Radio Buzz. When you finally actually looked at it and saw it, I told you right when you did it, you moved the stupid computer. You a-hole.
Well, I didn't mean to, John.
Yeah, that's okay. You still look handsome as ever.
I really do.
Yeah, I'd say.
Rocking a ponytail and everything.
Yeah, look at it. Looks
Yes.
nice. I like it.
Thanks, John.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
What were we saying?
I don't know. I wasn't paying attention.
Neither
As
one.
far as just going on with Biden and this whole thing, it is amazing how corrupt this one family. And once
Oh my
again,
God.
it doesn't begin and end with Hunter.
No.
I mean, you have the brother, then there's obviously other families, Clintons, Obamas, Bushes, people like that. And I like when they go, it's all, they'll all say it's going to be all Democrat, or they'll say it's all Republican. Stop being stupid. It's both sides.
Yeah.
They're both involved in this crap. You know what I mean? You just got to figure out who,
Yeah,
and to what
it's-
extent.
And you just have to look at it like the WWE. And I've been watching those biographies they have every Sunday. I
That's
think
phenomenal.
It's Sunday at 8.
Yeah, me too. I'm hooked on them.
They're really good. I haven't watched the Bella Twins yet, though, but I really can't wait.
I saw the interview afterwards, I
Any
think,
good?
and I was,
Yeah, I never. Again, all these biographies, I'm way out. I don't even know these wrestlers at all, but the stories are kind of interesting.
yeah.
But when you see all that stuff, it's like, all right, well, that's exactly what these politicians are, because these wrestlers, until you realize, I mean, everybody knows they're fake, but when you see everything behind the scenes, like, that's exactly what these politicians are like.
Yeah, they are. When I was very young, and you're right, I got duped into wrestling.
Yeah, I think we all did.
Yeah, and I really believed it, and I thought it was, and then I went to one of the wrestling matches at a high school by me. Now, they used to do that when I was a kid. So they would put like 4 or 5 people that used to be big,
Yeah.
and maybe one guy that's still kind of known, and they would all fight these bums from the area,
Mhm.
and that's pretty much, it's just Jimmy Superfly Snuka would get to jump off the ropes in front of
He
you.
would go everywhere.
Yeah, he would.
Yeah.
Anywhere for a buck,
Yeah.
Snuka. So when you went in, I finally walked up to the ring, and I'm a little kid. I'm like 8. I'm like, oh, this is amazing. And I remember, and I hit the ring, and I heard the loudest bang, 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 and I'm thinking, what the hell was that?
Yeah.
Like, oh, wait a second, like that's rigged.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Weird.
and then one of my friends said to me, "Well, you never thought it was weird that every time the guy threw a punch, he stomped his foot?"
Yeah.
I'm like, I never thought of that.
Yeah,
Like, I
it's
just,
no, it is weird when it first hits you. It's that fake.
I was 8.
Yeah, well, it took you a while. I was watching it on TV when it was just a WWF, and then all of a sudden, I remember somebody saying to me like, "No, it's fake." And then when you're watching it, you're like, "Holy crap, it is fake!"
Yeah.
You know. So when you really dissect it and realize it, and you kind of most normal people are out of it at that point.
Well, when you realize that if somebody throws you into ropes, you don't necessarily have to bounce off them.
yeah, and go right back
Yeah,
to him.
you could just stop running or hold on or something.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's funny because every once in a while they'd throw somebody into the ropes and they would hold on,
Right.
and the other guy would swing and miss. And you think, why doesn't everybody learn from you?
Yeah, how come nobody else does that? Are you too tired?
And
to
you should
grab
do
onto
that
the
every
rope?
time, though.
Yeah,
But now every time they throw you to ropes, hold on. That's all you got to
and it's
remember.
just funny. How come when they throw you to the ropes, you're able to take those 3-4 strides to the ropes?
Yes.
To able to get to the ropes, bounce right off.
Well,
them
my biggest
to
thing
run
is,
right back.
so here's my question. You're running at the ropes, right? Correctly? You're running, let's say, pretty fast, 3 or 4 steps. Why do you turn around and hit the ropes with your back?
Yeah, true. That's another one. You got this. You have to do the spin too.
Yeah.
and everybody does it the same way. So if you're able to spin around, your arm over the top rope as you kind of lean back,
Yes.
and then you go forward.
Are you trying to say it's really fake, John?
Yeah, really. So when you really analyze and dissect, you're like,
Well,
all right.
you know how they throw you off? They'd bleed.
Yeah.
They would cut themselves, and you go, well, how's that fake?
Yeah, there's no
Yeah.
way.
No, now all of a sudden I saw Bob Backlund one time. Couldn't even see his face.
So it's stupid. But politicians, they're all just like that.
Of course
And
they are.
because when you see the stuff behind the scenes, like there was one show in that biography when they're all hanging out in the locker room and they're all like drinking and having a little party. And this was right after one of the big Raw events, whatever. It was like one of WrestleMania, whatever it was. And they're all kind of celebrating in the back. And it's like, man, that's funny because even as a fan of wrestling, you don't even know that's going on because they hate each other and you're kind of believing all that crap.
My friend's dad worked for the Turnpike in New Jersey, and that's basically a toll road.
Woo.
It's a toll road. So back then they didn't have exact change things. You stopped, and there was a human being there, and you'd hand him your ticket and your money.
Yeah.
And he used to work by the Meadowlands, and he'd come home sometimes with all these autographs, especially when there was like a wrestling thing, and he'd be like, "Oh, the Iron Sheik and Sergeant Slaughter came through together."
That's cool.
You know,
Wow, that's
and you're like,
weird.
"Yeah, that's weird."
They
And
were fighting that night.
yeah. And wait a second, aren't they on the bill?
Yeah.
Then it was, like a Hulk Hogan when he was fighting Andre the Giant. Yeah, they were in one car. That was crazy.
That's weird.
You know, and you think, wow, why would they take the same car? Like that it doesn't make sense to me. And I was 26. And it
Oh.
broke my heart. It's still real to me,
Yeah,
John.
35 years old, and I couldn't believe it. I'm like, well, Hulkster, what's wrong with you,
Hold
man?
on. Does that mean you're not just taking your vitamins and saying your prayers to become that big?
Yeah, come on, bro.
There's steroids involved?
It can't be. Look at them now. Not a steroid in that body.
Hulkster, you promised.
Yeah, but it is weird, and it's funny because it's such a gimmick, but it works perfectly in politics. It really
Yeah, it does.
does because you're able to fool everybody.
Well, because they're all shills.
My God,
we
they are.
realize I think that we vote for types. You know what I mean? Like if they look political, they look
Mhm.
like a politician, they look like a leader.
So true.
You know what I mean? And then what we also have done on the flip side of this, because they're not stupid people, if you want to manipulate people, then they put in the whack jobs.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So you have your shills, and then you put up some whack jobs, and then all of a sudden people go, well, I guess I gotta vote for Charlie Baker. I can't vote for the other one.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like it's one of those type of things. It's not like they're so great. Who gets my vote?
I know.
It's like, well, this one's a psychopath. I
Yeah.
mean, this guy's an asshole, but
It's-
he's not as bad.
It's just the lesser of two evils.
Yeah, it really has become that.
And it shouldn't be like that for our government. And we said it yesterday. Out of all these millions of people, you got 2, 3, whatever to choose from.
Yeah,
That doesn't seem right either.
330 million people, and you get to choose between these two.
Yeah,
But don't worry, it's choice, everybody.
yeah. Everybody, you got a huge choice.
Yeah, and if you think they don't manipulate stuff, and then they put, I always think like somebody like a Tulsi Gabbard's a joke,
Mhm.
right? Because and they go, oh, you can't see that she's in the military. And I can say whatever I want.
Of course, I can.
yeah.
She got a skunk hairdo.
But she has some good ideas, but then she's totally wacky on others.
I do like her, but
Yeah.
you're right. I could never vote for her.
No, I
because
would never vote for her.
Some of her ideas are really out
Yeah, she's too nutty on some of these
Mhm.
ideas. And I just keep thinking, why are there no normal thinking people anymore? Because you have the elite that
Right.
are in the top that are just looking out for themselves.
Well-
and at this point, is it more for the money or to just cover up and not go to jail?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, because it is kind of weird if you really do think back at those 330 million people in this country, whatever it might be. And then you only choose from those handful of people, but you only choose from those handful of people the next election cycle too. It's the same people. It's not like you have a new crop of people to choose from.
Yep.
It's always the same group. Like I'm sure in the 2024, you're gonna get like the Ted Cruz's, Marco Rubio's, and all those people running yet again,
Well,
Hillary, things like that. It's like, why don't they, shouldn't there be a whole slate of new people?
Yeah, like Beto O'Rourke, I know is running.
Oh,
right?
but
And once again, I love the thing about Beto O'Rourke. Look at all the bad
but I
stuff.
mean real people.
But think about this though. He has a shot, and it's because he's a shill. He's a dumbass, but he's also a shill.
yeah.
So he's multi.
He'd be an
useful to them.
Obama. He'd be just like Biden. He'd just be an Obama.
He's a bum that would kill Texas.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll tell you, if they actually steal that one, because I know
Yeah.
that they've been flooding a lot of people from California into Texas over the last
Oh
year.
yeah.
And everybody goes, oh, it's just because they're trying to get rid of the taxes. I don't know. I think that these people are evil enough to move to try to take the state over and vote it.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
agree. This whole party, you never know how much people are getting paid off to do that. Hey, we'll relocate you, pay X amount of dollars. You
course.
just got to vote this way.
Of course.
That's all. It's pretty simple.
Yeah.
I mean, people do it for the money. Why not?
I do it.
Yeah, I would too. But
Wait, I just got to vote for what?
yeah, all right. So where's the papers?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It'd be simple, but it doesn't even not even have to get to that point either, because we know how rigged it is anyway. There's
Yeah.
other ways to do it. Now it's easy because we see if once you get the voting booths, you get the people working there. It's simple. Pay those people off. It's only a couple bucks.
Well, and what's great about technology too, it kind of effed over them last time they stole it.
Yeah.
Because people are so dumb, they started putting themselves on social media, ripping up ballots, throwing away stuff. They were taking pictures of themselves when they were doing the mail dumps, because they want to get paid for them.
Mm-hmm.
So they would have to like show how many they're dumping in there at a time, because you got like the dollar a piece, whatever it was.
Yeah.
And like there are people that would dump like 2, 3, 400 of these things.
My God.
You know what I mean? It just
it's all about that cheddar.
but it goes on. And then
Yeah.
when you say, hey, I don't like the fact that you kicked everybody out, they went under those tables and they got that stuff and they started running those things through the machine. I don't know what it was, but it certainly looks like votes to me.
Yeah.
It's not votes. Okay, but you don't know what it is either, stupid. And I don't like that.
Yeah.
And then you get yelled at for saying that. Then all of a sudden, you're a conspiracy theorist. No, that's the weirdest thing I've ever heard of. And
Isn't that
you
bizarre?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they like the labels. It's easier. That's how they stop an argument.
Well, and you know what they've done is they've tried to make anybody who thinks sensibly anymore seem dangerous.
Yeah.
Like they all of a sudden are just like, oh, this whack job. Whack job.
Yeah,
You know what I
because you
mean?
have a different thought.
Yeah. I mean, I'll tell you what I think is wacky, and I know it's one of those hot button topics, but like this whole abortion thing that's going on now. And then you have people saying, and we should take away gay marriage. Hey, why don't you slow down?
Yeah, it's what you're coming after next.
Yeah, what are you guys
Yeah.
talking about? Like,
Yeah.
and if anybody does go after that, I would definitely be on the side of the people defending that.
Right.
I just think everybody should be treated equally if in this country. That's it. That's
Yeah,
the gig, whether you like them or not.
Nobody really cares who you love.
Yeah, it
Nobody
doesn't
really
matter.
cares who you want to marry.
Don't care. And
Nobody.
So leave that alone and don't. I mean, I get the whole abortion thing. You know what I mean? They're doing
I
this.
even don't even get that. I mean, I totally understand that nothing really has changed. Just now it's down to the states, so I understand that part.
But they're on the other side. That's not how they're explaining it to people.
Yeah,
and they're saying that a 10-year-old girl had to go across state lines to get an abortion because somebody raped her. And once again, this is what I've always assumed, and maybe I'm wrong. Okay, but I assumed that the gig was if it's something like incest, rape, or it's the mother's life is at risk. Then they have the option to terminate the pregnancy just because they just do. It's just that's the right thing. Now they're acting like they don't have that. And this 10-year-old had a friggin' belly crawl.
Now I can understand
across state lines.
I can understand if that state has really, really old laws that outlaw abortion a long time ago. But when the government said no, you can have it, they said, well, since the government says you can, whatever the case may be, I don't know. And if those old laws and rules are on the books, we don't think they're going to be changed around and moved a little bit and altered just a little. You don't think? I mean, I think they are. Eventually, it's just ridiculous. The whole thing is kind of weird with it because not much has changed.
No,
with that,
no.
but they're all freaking out on the other side like it has, and it's just it's a weird thing. Me personally, it's kind of annoying that they even changed it. I mean, for years you hear they got to drop Roe v. Wade. You've been hearing that every election cycle, and it's always been annoying to me. Because I've always been like, well, who gives a crap? It's in the books now. Just leave it the way it is. It's fine. Whatever. You can have your personal feeling about the abortion thing however you want. But it's there. And if you need an abortion, whatever your reason is, who cares? It's your prerogative. It's stupid to change anything. But since they did, It really didn't change that much.
Well, yeah. Once again, they left it up to the states.
Huge overreaction.
You know, well, yeah, well, because that's not how it's being portrayed. People are getting the perception that something is being taken from them,
Yeah.
and then they have this example of this 10-year-old thing. And then the other thing that I thought was crazy was, I guess the DA. Now I'm watching this on CNN. They're saying the DA is now going after the doctor who performed the abortion.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
And you're like, wow, right? And it says investigation, blah blah. Then you see the quote from the doctor, and the doctor says, regardless, however I feel about something like this, when anything like this is brought to my attention, my job is to look into it.
Mhm.
So I'm looking into it. Don't have any determination because I haven't looked into it yet. But after I get the facts, I'll get right back to you.
Right.
And I'm thinking, well, that doesn't seem as malicious as you just made it. Like they're acting like she's on a witch hunt
Yeah.
and she's just going to nail this woman to the wall. When realistically, yes, something like that should be investigated. A 10-year-old having an abortion, yeah, I think that should be looked into.
Definitely.
So they're looking into it. And once again, if nothing was done incorrectly, then who cares?
Mhm.
But if there was, well, then we got an issue because
Right.
you're talking about a minor that
Yeah.
just went through this.
This is a little crazy. Yeah, it is bizarre. I mean, because I think, and no matter what, you're going to have these weird scenarios just going to pop up, and I think every case should be handled differently. You know, but for you to go out there and just change everything is just kind of weird.
But it's what is the distraction? What are they distracting us from?
And that's what's weird about it, because the whole thing really didn't change too much. But the distraction is what's crazy. And what is it? Is the fact that, you know, we're just bending over backwards for other countries. You know, we're just taking up the old keister from China, you know, selling them oil for no reason from our reserve. Is that what you
and let another 10 million barrels go?
Is it the Ukraine thing? I mean, what is it that you're
well, you
covering up?
know what I don't like, and I don't know why nobody's acknowledging. Everything this administration that is doing is making us weaker.
Mhm.
When confronted with that now, the attitude of this administration is, well, what do you want me to do?
Yeah.
And so you're told that we don't have enough energy. That's we'll go buy an electric car.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Like
That doesn't make sense.
We're gonna have food shortages. What should we do? I don't know. Eat less.
Oh my God.
Like it's amazing that there's no forethought. There's nothing.
Guys, it's summer on. It's really hot. Don't run the AC because we need the power to conserve from 2 to 7 every day. Okay. All right. Easy enough.
And buy an electric car,
Yeah.
and then don't charge it.
Yeah. So you can't get to work.
You can't go anywhere now. You're stuck.
It's just so idiotic how their thinking is.
But
just
they
don't get
think this way about everything.
Yeah.
They're wrong about everything.
Yeah.
You know, and I mean I think, you know, when it comes down to it, you know, we have people that are trying to hurt the country in charge
All
of
the
it.
time.
But in charge of it, dude.
Yeah, that's the worst and
You know,
scariest part of it.
You know, because I mean, they're not going to change anything.
Nope.
You know, like because this is the plan. Like, remember when Obama and they all said, "Yeah, this great reset, it's going to hurt." You know, sucks to be you guys.
Yeah.
It's not going to hurt me.
No.
But you, yeah. Ouch.
You
You can
know,
get hungry.
It doesn't really matter though, because I'm cool, you know, but that's what it is. It's that all these politicians, these people in power, they just want to keep being in power. That's why they all stay that way. So they're secure. They get the money. It doesn't matter to them. You know, even with healthcare, they get their own. Doesn't matter what they do.
They're
with
on
us.
another level, man. They're not going to be worried about food and all that stuff. Like, well,
Speaking of
why?
that, how come we haven't really talked about healthcare with this president?
Oh, well, that doesn't matter
Isn't that
anymore.
weird?
Remember that? Yeah, that used to be an issue. Remember?
Yeah.
Not anymore, John. We fixed healthcare.
I guess everything's fine.
Everyone has healthcare somehow.
All right, good. Good. As long as that's cleared and off the table, we're good. All right, everybody. See you on the show. Got to go. Have a great day, and we will see you tomorrow morning. We are Renegade Radio. Goodbye.
Brave man, open up your mind, open up your blood, open up your bones, never gonna lose it. Brave man, thinking all we never get things, gotta make 'em in.